Hi guys, I hope you're doing great and staying safe. Now, this vlog is a continuation to a previous vlog that I did on entrepreneurship or entrepreneurship in nutrition, if you want to call it that as well. Now, I promised in this video to talk about the tools that you need if you want to get into entrepreneurship and also how to get clients. I know that is always one of the biggest hurdles or the biggest headaches when you're starting any kind of business, whether nutrition or not. How do you get your clients? But first of all, to start, let me talk about the tools that you need if you want to go into entrepreneurship. Now, just to recap what we discussed in the previous video, we had talked about three options that you have when it comes to entrepreneurship. One was to take a service-based option where you could either see clients as individual clients or you could do corporate wellness. That could either be physically or online. The second one was a products-based option where you could either decide to create your own products or sell products that are like be a retailer or a wholesaler of nutrition products, whether it's supplements or just food or whatever option you want to go for, or even equipment, nutrition and wellness related equipment. And the third option was doing a blend or going for a blend of both services and products. Now, in this video, I want us to first talk about the tools that you need when you're doing entrepreneurship. One, depending on which of the three options that I talked about earlier that you want to focus on, you're going to need different tools. Yeah. One, for instance, if you decide to go for a service-based business where where you're seeing clients, please, for heaven's sake, have scientific information and make sure that you're always updated or up to date with the current nutrition information to give to your clients. Now, too many times, like I mentioned in the previous video, too many times we have complaints of people who visited nutrition professionals and the information they were given is not up to date, is not science-based. Maybe you are unfortunate enough to be taught by a lecturer who alisoma nutrition kitambo and they never bothered to update the information, meaning the information that you're going to graduate with is totally outdated info. And also, depending on, because I know KNDI mostly just give a core curriculum. It's up to your lecturer to decide how to structure that curriculum, core curriculum, to come up with a curriculum or education content or teaching content that is going to inform you or keep you up to date, so that by the time you're graduating, you have up to date information. Now, my people, from experience, please don't rely on your lecturers to give you scientific up to date information. Akijisome, please read for yourself. Mimi, I remember when I graduated, I was not even a quarter baked. I was less than a quarter baked. And it's because you study certain things in school, but one, they are not, I wouldn't say, in fact, most of what I will do another vlog on my first day of internship in KNH. Nilipelekwa award fulani hapo, I ran away. I had no idea. I had no idea where to start. And it's because in school I had not done some of those things. So I had to really read from scratch, and really build on, well, maybe not from scratch, but also really seriously build on some of the few things I had been taught in medical nutrition therapy to be able to properly understand clinical nutrition. So, my people, please make sure that you have up-to-date scientific information in both nutrition, wellness, and also physical fitness, because I realize a lot of clients also get physical fitness advice from nutrition professionals. So please make sure you're conversant, all right? The second tool that you need that might not appear like a tool to most people is social skills. If you go for a service-based business, and especially kama utaifanya online. And whether you want to do it online, by the way, or physically, you have to be able to talk to people. I unfortunately, I know not a lot of people are able to, to approach people, to be extroverted. But then you don't have to be extroverted to talk to people. You'll be shocked. I'm talking to you in this video, but I'm actually an introvert. I know I talk to people and they'll be like, no, you're not. Yes, I am. Half the time I prefer to be myself. But that's beside the point. What I'm just trying to say is to encourage some of you that you don't have to be an extrovert to be in business. All right. You just need to know when to talk to people, to have the social skills. For instance, if you want to go into entrepreneurship as a content creator, like I am talking to you right now as a content creator, you have to be able to talk. If I was not able to talk, hii video tungefanya, sio? So lazima ujue kuongea na watu. You have to be able to talk to your clients, look for clients, because whether you're looking for clients or counseling clients or asking for money from clients, I didn't even know that is a skill when I started doing business. I used to think it's just obvious that if I give you a service, you're going to pay for it. My people, please learn from. I will do enough vlogs for you to learn from my mistakes. I don't want you to repeat my mistakes. You have to be able to have the skill to also get money out of people's pockets. So social skills are extremely important for you. And of course, I'm not assuming that everybody has social skills. In case you feel that you're either shy or you're not adequate when it comes to talking to people, or you would want to improve, there's a book I read some time back that is called How to Win Friends and Influence People. All right? How to Win Friends and Influence People. I will share more books, but that particular book gave me a lot of tips. Yeah, and even examples of business people, like you'll see in that book, who, when they started that course, and most of what is in the course that Mr. Carnegie, I don't know, I'm forgetting his name. I just remembered his second name was Carnegie, but I will put in the comment section or in the description box his real name. But he was telling people some of the tips. He educated some of his clients who moved from not being able to sell a thing to being some of the best and highest paid salespersons. So there's a lot of skills are learned, my friends. You don't have to be born being able to talk to people or having social skills. Yeah, there are a lot of things that are acquired skills, and I know you can learn. There are a lot of resources on Google to help you learn. Just try it. You just need, those guys who have been commenting on my videos that you've given up. My dear, here's the reality. If you have given up, there's no hope for you. There's no hope. Because the ability to improve or the opportunity to improve your situation comes from a place or from a situation where at least you have not given up hope. But if you have given up, Aki, I don't even know what we'll do. Omba, meditate, do something. Try and give yourself more motivation to try one more time. Because life gives you an opportunity every day. And now I've started motivational speaking and I need to go back to our tools. But life gives you an opportunity every day. And it's called not just tomorrow, but the next moment. You are never assured of the next moment. If you give up in this moment, imagine right now as we speak, somebody's breathing their last. And there are so many people who have lost opportunity to even be alive, and they would have loved to be here. They would have loved to even have that nutrition degree or diploma or certificate that you have. And they didn't get the opportunity. You have it. Take advantage of some of them, the content that you will get in this video or from the Nutrition and Dietetics Academy. I know, there's an upcoming mentorship online session. Please take advantage of some of those sessions to help you get more hope. And nutrition, my colleagues who have made it out here, I am not saying I have made it. I'm not still not where I would love to be, but at least I'm not where I started. If you know there's always something somebody can learn from you, give people hope. All right. It could be the social skills that is a tool that I talked about. It could be the mentorship in terms of scientific information. There are those people who really love to read, and every time they are up to date with certain topics. If that's the kind of person you are, please use social media platforms to help our brothers and sisters, colleagues in nutrition and dietetics, to help them continue building up on the tool of science-based or scientific information they need to be better professionals in entrepreneurship or nutripreneurship. All right? If you have great social skills, do, even if it's a video or recording, squeeze kuna WhatsApp. Yeah, there's WhatsApp nowadays. Please do some sort of a video that can help educate your colleagues or our colleagues on how to build up on their social skills. Now, the third tool that you need, especially for private practice, is real tools. Real anthropometric or assessment tools. Now, this could be anything from your, normal weighing scale. Now, if you're a nutrition professional, I would highly discourage you, unless you can't, you can still, if you can afford a normal weighing scale, you can afford to buy a basic body composition analyzer, a BCA or BIA, yeah? Bioimpedance analyzer or analysis machine. If you can buy a BCA or BIA machine, please, body composition analysis, help people understand more than just what a weighing scale does. That is what sets you apart from that normal weighing scale. Unajua ule mse wa street mwenye usema pima weight na 5 bob, pima weight na 5 bob. Come on. If you buy that same weighing scale and you're a nutrition and dietetics professional, which value are you adding? I talked about ROI in our previous video, return on investment. Make sure even the equipment you have, you don't have to buy all of them at the same time. Moja tu, yeah? Make sure that you're buying equipment that sets you apart. And that is what a body composition analyzer does. It tells you if you are, for instance, for me, if I say I'm 70 kgs, a BCA or body composition analyzer is going to tell me as a professional, out of the 70 kgs, X amount or X kgs is coming from my water mass, X amount is coming from my muscle mass, X amount of my kgs is coming from my bone mass, another out of that 70 is coming from lean body, chenye unaweza ita steak. I don't think I should be calling people steak. But lean body mass, I just mean like a normal steak. Unaona ile nyama yenye haina mafuta, haina mifupa. You know what I mean by steak. The lean meat. Even a human being has lean meat. So a body composition analyzer will tell you out of your 70 kgs, for example, in my case, how many of those kgs come from your lean body mass, how much of it is from your water mass. So each of those, it gives you a breakdown of where the weight is coming from. The fat mass, yeah? I see a lot of people out here talking about weight loss. Which weight are you losing? Which one? You see, if I wanted to con you, and by the nutritionist, this is not at all. So, okay, so great. So if I wanted to con you, I can put you on a very crazy vegetable or, conk vegetable or fruits only diet. You know what that will do for you? I will pump your body with very high amounts of electrolytes, phytochemicals, micro, especially the micronutrients, the vitamins and minerals. Now, a lot of those act like diuretics. So they are going to take a lot of water out of your system, especially if you're not hydrating well enough. And also, if you're on a plant-based, not plant-based, but a vegetable, like those guys who only do juicing. So they are on a juice. Hey, I find it so funny. Since it always ends with Rian, pescatarian, vegetarian. Anyway, let me stop instigating. But if someone wanted to con you, you can easily lose water mass. You can easily lose water mass because if I put you on a diet that is diuretic, you are going to lose water mass, a lot of it. And if you're on a protein only diet, yeah, and you're not eating bodybuilding foods, obviously you're not building muscle, which means your body at some point, and also if you're not taking enough calories per day, obviously because your body needs energy, yeah, is going to start breaking your stores. And one of those stores is your muscles. So we have people who lose water mass, we have people who lose, you know, muscle mass, and in very large extremes, in very serious extremes, for instance, for people who have deficiencies, yeah, you will have people losing even bone mass. So if the name you want to use is weight loss, you are not really going to know out of the 70 kgs I gave an example of what weight you're even focusing on and which one you lost, if you lost. All right, because it's not that hard to lose weight, by the way. If you just want the number on the scale, imagine you're going to lose it, but which particular one did you lose? And my dear professional colleagues, nutritionists and dietitians, that is what sets you apart from that guy or that girl on the street who is saying weight 5 bob, pima weight na 5 bob. That is what sets you apart, because you are able to tell me my body composition analysis, which that person can't. Okay, now that is the other tool. Now, the other tool that you need is a cholesterol test kit. You can send somebody to a laboratory to test some of these things. Lakini, siku hizi, they are very easy to use cholesterol test kits. Why do you want to lose money? Please make sure if someone comes to your office as a nutrition professional, and there are several services you can offer them. For instance, body composition analysis, blood sugar tests, yeah, whether it's a random RBS or FBS. Why in the world don't you have a glucometer? Even if it's asking your parents for a loan, please, and let it be a loan. You need to be paying. It should be a loan. Now, please ask them to support you to buy hata kama ni hiyo glucometer moja. When I had an office, I remember I used to charge 100 bob for blood sugar tests. Yeah, and 100 bob is well, I think that's the normal rate even in a clinic, in a chemist. Most chemists offer such tests. But you know what the chemist will not offer? Yes, they'll do the test, but they are not going to properly interpret for this client what the number means and how they can change the number if the number is not okay. That is your job. Please buy that equipment. Make sure that you're adding more value to yourself and to your clients. I talked about what? ROI, return on investment. The other thing, like kama hiyo ya cholesterol test kit, most cholesterol tests out there in labs are 500 shillings. So for instance, ebu imagine if that client needed a cholesterol test, you only punch, that's 500 shillings, right? For non-Kenyans, that would be around €5 or 5 USD approximately. That person might need a blood glucose test. Tuseme uko na glucometer, yeah? You probably have a glucometer. The average amount for that is about $1 in Kenya, or a euro, or 100 shillings Kenya, 100 Kenya shillings. Already from that one client, you have 600 shillings, yeah? So even if you decided not to charge them for consultation, that is a client who will be your repeat client, because you're not just checking the tests for them. For instance, if they have high cholesterol, then what? As a nutrition professional, you remember we talked about tool 1, the scientific, science-based or scientific knowledge. You are able to educate them. You're able to tell them, okay, so this number is high, but don't worry, there's something we can do about it. Get their history, see how to avert an oncoming danger, or see how to correct their problem. Return on investment. The other tool that you would need, apart from the body composition analyzer, cholesterol kit, glucometer, the other one would be a ketometer. Now, I would not advise anybody who is not a nutrition professional or a medic to put anybody on a ketogenic diet, because that is and there are two things you can use a ketometer for, so that I don't lose my train of thought. One is to check the amount of ketone bodies that a person produces. And if you're putting, that's why I mentioned the ketogenic diet, because for you to know that somebody is actually on ketosis, and please don't confuse ketosis with ketoacidosis. That's why I mentioned that there are two uses that you can have for this ketometer. Ketoacidosis is a diabetes complication. All right, please read more about it because I won't cover it in this video. However, ketosis is the state that a person gets into that tells you they are no longer using blood sugar for energy in the system. They are now using ketone bodies. So wacha niwaambie, most of those people yapping over here on those social media Facebook groups that we are not going to mention here, that they are on ketogenic diets, most of them are actually on Atkins diets. They're actually mostly on an Atkins diet, and you can check how that is different from a ketogenic diet. And the ones who are close to a ketogenic diet are not exactly, at very high ratios of the carbohydrate to fat to protein intake. Yeah, that means that the amount of carbohydrates they're taking and protein is probably not that restricted, especially the carbohydrates, because that's what you mostly restrict when it comes to a ketogenic diet. So a ketometer would help you even prove to some of these people who are online, yes, the ketogenic diet has a scientific basis. I'm not refusing. I've even done it in my blog. You can check stellaafya.com, STELLAR, Afya for Health, AFYA, stellaafya.com. I've done a couple of blogs there on ketogenic diets, or keto diets as they're also called, and also the process of ketogenesis. It is a scientific process that has a lot of benefits. I won't say much about it on this particular video because that's not the subject matter, so you can learn more about it there. But you can use some of these tools to help you educate people in entrepreneurship. There are so many opportunities. There's so many people being misguided out here, my people. That is when entrepreneurship comes in. There are people who are fasting for 3 days water fast, 4 days water fast. After that, they're on a rabbit diet where they're just eating raw green vegetables. I'm like, when did you turn into a rabbit? I'm not saying you shouldn't eat green vegetables, but that is not how you are created. That is not supposed to be your main source of nutrients. You need your macros, your micros, your phytochemicals. Guys, my colleagues, you have a lot of business opportunities out here. Please tap into them. The other assessment tool you would need, it's helpful, but for me, especially if you're not in a ward situation, a MWAC tape might not be very useful for you. But probably a waist circumference measuring tape might be more useful for you, as opposed to a MWAC tape if you're in private practice. Yeah, because most people, you understand why. I think you understand why a MWAC tape might not be that important. You might not end up meeting a lot of people who actually need for you to be taking their measurements. Yeah, their MWAC measurements, because MWAC sana you check for Z-scores, and a lot of that has to do with imam. So you might not really need a lot of that in entrepreneurship if you're in private practice or online. Now, apart from those tools that I mentioned, of course, you are your most important tool, by the way. The way you present yourself, the information the way you package that information, that is the most important thing, even before you go into all these other more expensive equipment. All right? Now, the other tools you would need, especially if you're going to go into the business or products-based option, is the supplements you're going to be selling. Or you can either go for supplements, you can go for nutrition training dummies. I have seen people struggling to get those dummies. Those food models, or I know there are usually some blocks that you can use just to demonstrate to people some of the nutrition information you're giving them, especially for corporate wellness, so that it sinks in. Imagine hizo vitu zingine unaweza nunua tu online and you start selling to people. But please do your due diligence. Make sure you know the best websites to buy from. Make sure you also know the best options when it comes to importing products, because ukitumia options kama DHL you're going to pay a good one. You're going to pay a lot of money in import taxes. So please do your due diligence. Yeah, there are so many other nicer ones. Like if you're importing from the US, I think there's something like Kentex Cargo, or I don't want to mention them, and then they start misbehaving, and they appeared in this video, blah blah blah. But there are so many options that you can use. Just ask other people who also do importation, just to find out the best options for you to use, so that you're not paying a lot of tax during importation. Yeah, because some of those companies charge a lot of import tax. Now, the other this is not really a tool, but it's like a business opportunity that I may not have mentioned in my previous video for entrepreneurship. IT space, the health, nutrition and wellness IT space has a lot of deficit. Yeah, whether it's creating an IT platform where nutritionists can easily get nutrition information on their toes when they need it, or simplifying that information, or even just coming up with a software that can help nutritionists monitor their clients better. If you know someone who is a good IT software engineer, and you have the knowledge, so you just team up for that business opportunity and you start somewhere. Maybe? Okay, think about it. Now, apart from the tools that I mentioned you need, the other tool you need, let me just continue with that train of thought. The other tool that you need is marketing tools. Now, you don't really have to pay for some of these marketing tools, but you have to really commit a lot of time. For instance, social media. If you're not paying, for instance, Facebook or Instagram, also Twitter. There's a lot of people on Twitter, but I don't know. A lot of people don't really use it for business, but I think there are a lot of people on Twitter. KOT, but you don't have to always pay Facebook, like for instance, to boost a post. There are so many Facebook groups. Na nyingi ni za gossip. Of course, we know why. Kenyans love gossip. Kenyans love tea. They love sipping tea. But imagine everybody in that group. For instance, kama uko kwa group ya over 100,000, hawata ni wengi. Even 10,000 people. There has to be somebody there who is a potential client, or people who are potential clients. Please target them. There are groups for, and I'm not saying you harass people online. Usiende kuharass watu kwa DM, but you can do it in a very smart way that does not really translate into harassment, because I also don't want you to be banned from Facebook groups because you're being too aggressive. But you have to be aggressive in business. Entrepreneurship, there are some risks. You have to be aggressive. Lakini, most Kenyans, if you look, Google how many Facebook groups, I don't even know whether you can get that data anywhere, but there are so many Facebook groups in Kenya. Please target most of those groups to get your clients. Just my own personal experience, most of the clients I get are either referred to me by clients that I have served and they were impressed by the service, or they are referred to me by my fellow medics, my fellow colleagues in the medical profession, in the health profession, or niliwapata online. And let me tell you, out of the 3 options that I gave you, most of my clients, I have gotten them online. Because kuna watu wana struggle huku nje. Do you know people don't even know the best food to feed their children when they start complementary feeding? Na wengine hata bado wanaita winning. I hope once as a nutrition professional you're not calling it winning. But please, online. Go online. If you have bundles, use that to get clients. The 4th tool and very important thing that you need is resilience. Guys, business is not easy. I will not lie to you. Business is not easy. If you have not gone to my website and seen the blog that I did on my journey, my employment journey in the nutrition sector, akienda usome, stellaafia.com. Just go to my blog and you'll be able to see my journey there. It's not been easy. At some point, I closed my physical clinic because I didn't know what I know now. So I didn't know where to get clients. I was depending on doctors to refer to me clients. And let me tell you one thing. Kwanza, if you're expecting a doctor who deals with a client like with diabetes, I only know one very good doctor in Nairobi hospital who makes sure that they use nutrition to get their clients off insulin, especially the ones who do not really have type 1. Therefore, they are not insulin dependent. Yeah? But most of those doctors are not going to keep referring to you clients, because let me tell you guys, nutrition is the answer to most of the issues we are struggling with today. Diabetes. If you control the glycemic load of a client, you're able to deal with those sugars. So they are not going to go into renal failure. They are not going to go into any kind of either retinopathy or neuropathy. They are not going to really go into complications, because if you teach them to manage themselves and you just tell them to be coming to you for review, imagine they are going to live a happy life and they'll be happy to spend on you, even if it's once every month or once every 2 months, yeah, to come for review, than going every time to a consultant who will charge them between 3,000 and 5,000 or above to keep on being helped to deal with a problem that is food related. So we have our colleagues here who keep treating food problems with drugs, and it just never works. So we depend on other medics by the way to refer to you clients, because they know you probably have, most of the time you have the solution to that client's problems. And unfortunately, most Kenyans don't know that. So the nutritionist is always that by the way person they go to see, yet pale ndipo shida yao itatatuliwa. Anyway, now I talked about, I think the fourth tool I want to talk about is resilience. That's why I was coming with this whole roundabout conversation about business. Business is not that easy. You have to be resilient. Even if, for instance, when I started my business, and so that this blog is not crazy long, it already is. I will do it in a different vlog. It's not that easy. As I told you, I closed my first business, and I will tell you in a different vlog. Please subscribe so that you're able to see our subsequent vlogs that I will be discussing some of these lessons that I have learned. But you need resilience. You really need resilience. Don't give up. You cannot afford to give up, because if you give up, if you dare to afford to give up, you will be just another statistic on social media who is always complaining about nutrition jobs. Please try. If you fall the first time, stand. Try again. Even if you fall 10 times, you can, even if it's the 10th time, the universe is going to listen. It's gonna have to work for you. Yeah. How to get clients? Very briefly, I already started talking about this. So one of them is online through health talks, churches, chamas, and I will go, I think I need to do a different vlog on this, so that this is not a full hour vlog. That would be crazy. So that I also tell you what I learned with some of these chamas, because huku nje mimi sikuwa najua kumbe there is a currency called exposure. Mimi sikuwa najua nikianza. I used to be called for TV interviews and people would pay me using exposure. So I have paid my fare, I have gone there, nimengangana na matatu, kwanza that time I used to live in Moranga, no Nairobi, na nimekuja TV interview wapi? Nairobi. Nakuja huku nalipa fare, sina hata lunch, alafu watu wanakuona kwa TV wanafikiria you have made it. Those days I really used to struggle, but thank God I'm not there anymore. But maybe in another vlog I need to tell you guys about why you cannot afford to let people take advantage of you, and I've seen that a lot. All right, but I think in this video I'll just mention one key tool where you can use to get your clients, and that is online. I mentioned it: Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups, Instagram. Please don't just go there for moshene. Don't just go there to get tea from the tea master, for heaven's sake. Be also an entrepreneurship master. Go into those groups to get clients. So guys, I don't want this. Yeah, let me end that there. I will do another vlog where we can talk about deeper on how to get clients and how to make sure that clients are not taking advantage of you, because that is sad. It happened to me a lot, but anyway, that's why I'm here. You don't have to repeat the mistakes I made because I already made them. Please learn from them, don't repeat them. You can repeat that some of them. You will, of course, you'll make mistakes. That's how we learn. Huh? Okay. So, guys, thank you so much for passing by, for everybody who clicked on this vlog. I hope you learned something. If you did not learn something new, I hope what you already knew is either challenged a bit or emphasized. But until the next vlog, please stay safe, stay healthy, stay nourished, take care of yourself, and please stay positive. Yeah, it always gets better. Don't give up. As long as there's hope, there's a chance for you to be better. Life will keep giving you a chance, and it's called tomorrow. It's called the next moment. Yeah, I'm talking to you right now. I don't know what will happen in the next 2-3 seconds. Of course, I hope I'll be alive. But life is never assured. Don't leave the time that you have, the blessing of time and life that you have, complaining. Have some hope. Yeah, use so many resources online, not to complain. Of course, complaining is okay. That is how you get your rights fulfilled. But so I'm also an activist. You can complain, no problem. But don't just complain. Do something. Do something about your life. Do something to make your life better. All right. Until the next one, see you.